It's really important. Look, the priority and the starting point has to be talent. You know, everybody getting along with each other. It's a lot harder to get along with each other if you don't have a lot of talent. You're not winning. But that being said, it was not lost on us how well this group clicked last year and some of the challenges that they faced, and they overcame to winning 90 games. And I think we went into this winter, again, prioritizing talent, but being very mindful of the people we were bringing in. You know, Charlie Morton, if he's not Charlie Morton the person, Charlie Morton's not a Ray. And I think that goes for all the guys that we brought in. Once you have a good thing going and you're competitive and you recognize that culture's there, you really don't want to do anything to disrupt that, if at all possible.
Kevin, congratulations on the great season. What do you tell the players last night after the defeat, and what you can tell the fans that packed this stadium Monday and Tuesday, and they were dreaming last night and you can beat the Astros last night?
Yeah, a quick conversation, just many thanks. Thanks for the effort, thanks for the energy. Look, I would make the argument that we were as fun a team to watch over 6.5 months as any team in baseball. They get that. They were disappointed. The last thing you want to do is get too long-winded because they're frustrated that their season's over. But I think they're going to appreciate that in the coming weeks, days, whatever it is. And as far as the fans go, what they did, the 2 games here was unbelievable. It helped us win games, just like it helped Houston win games in their ballpark. But our fans, for them to show out the way they did, that was just an awesome experience that I don't think any of those players will ever forget.
This is probably Eric and Chaim. As you guys said, the team is young. You have a lot of these guys under control. But given the unique circumstances you have to operate under fiscally, should anybody be surprised at any kind of move you make in the offseason?
All you.
Well, I think some of some of our success has come from not putting ourselves in a box as far as what types of moves we're willing to consider. We have to be, creative and resourceful and create a lot of options to try to make this roster as good as it can be. We've always looked at, some of the challenges we face on the revenue side as just motivation, not something that we feel limits us or defines us. It's just going to push us to be better, and that's what we're going to try to do.
Kevin, there's still a lot of talk today about the glass now and the pitch tipping. And just one thing you said last night, if maybe you could go into a little more, is you said you guys have been aware it's been a problem, but you can't really correct it like on the fly in a Game 5 of an ALDS. Like, just what do you mean by that? Like, you can't just send Kyle out there and say, hey, you're doing it again, kind of thing?
Yeah, I think that's kind of challenging to do that. The last thing we want to do, I mean, these pitchers are so locked in, and Glass was certainly locked in, but to go out there and ask him, give him the heads up, then he's not focusing on what he should be focusing on, and that's getting hitters out and throwing strikes. But no doubt, it's challenging. And look, Tyler Glasnow's not the only guy that's ever done that. There's a lot of pitchers in baseball that do that.
Easy access, third row. The 3-row Subaru Ascent.
The Rays gave the Astros all they could handle. This is only the beginning. That's what the team wrote on Twitter. Tonight, though, it's just the end of a 96-win season and a heck of a playoff run. This is night side.
All the credit to
and I'm Carolina Lee. So many fans, of course, hope that the Rays would hop on a flight to New York, but instead they're heading back home. Really a tough one. So 10 Sports' Grace Remington is here with us on how the Rays fought back, just did their very best, but in the end, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's really a season to be proud of. They accomplished a lot with the money they had, 96 wins, one shy of tying a franchise record, and they pushed a really good Houston team, one of the best teams ever, to the brink in this series. The difference in this game...
Not in these seats. We've experienced the playoffs before here, and it was nice to have an updated sense for what those experiences are like and how appreciative you are. Don't let me go. Your first name is free. I think last name is down. Had we won 96, I don't know if our thought process process is much different.
Developing out of Polk County this afternoon, a massive undercover sex investigation ended with 154 people arrested. The sheriff's office said the charges include soliciting prostitution, procuring prostitution, traveling to meet a minor for sex, and child pornography. Through this investigation, the sheriff's office was able to identify and help potential victims of human trafficking. 2 of the suspects are accused of traveling to meet for sex with who they believed was a boy that was 14. The sheriff's office worked with local law enforcement in Lakeland, Winter Haven, and Haines City for Operation No Spring Fling.
As you look at this group of prostitutes, I want you to understand that
Eric, just to go back to
every
you
one
for a
of
second,
them
I mean, Stu said last night,
may
between
be a
the
victim
talent
of
you have
human
and the talent you have
trafficking.
coming, he feels like
The
you
stories
guys kind
they
of control
tell are
your own
frightening.
destiny.
The beautiful
Do you
thing
see it
about
as
our
a matter of
partnership
trying to meld all that,
is
or
they're going to
still
follow
being
up
aggressive in,
day after
you know,
day,
getting
week after week,
additions,
month
whether
after month,
specific
and they
or,
won't
you know,
give
you
up
guys
on
tend
these
to do kind of
ladies.
canvass the
So
market.
thank y'all
Do you
very
see it as a
much,
busy
because
off-season?
our goal is
We're
to
more
help
equipped
these,
to compete
and
with
many
what we have
times
right
they
now.
fight us and
Obviously,
resist
we're
us
losing
at the
a few
front end
guys
of this
to free
process.
agency, and
But when they
we'll
see
how each
someone
of
like
those
these ladies
play out.
care,
Don't want to rule
and
anything
they don't
out
give
with-
up,
with any of those
we can
guys
be
too.
successful.
But, yeah, I mean, I think
Judge said the suspects
as-
range in age from
as thick
17 to
as we are
69
right
years
now,
old. Among the
I think we're
154
satisfied
suspects,
with
there
how
were
we have it, but
567 previous felony charges
it's
and
just in our
695
DNA
previous
and our mode of
misdemeanor
operation
charges.
that we have
We'll have
an
more on this
off-season
investigation
months
on
to
10
play
News
with,
this
to
evening
think
starting
about
at
things,
5.
and, we can't help ourselves but think about how to make the team better, and that's our job, and we'll do that, and we'll be open to things, but do like our starting position here going into the winter.
When you have sensitive skin, your clothes can turn on you. Switch to Arm & Hammer Sensitive Skin Free and Clear Detergent. No dyes, no perfumes, just clean. Because every wash counts. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
But look, there's
Developing right now, the local McDonald's employee at the center of this viral video is talking to 10 News about the attack. The brawl started because of confusion over a plastic straw.
It's kind of, I would say,
he grabbed me, and that really scared me because I didn't know if he had a gun or a knife or what. Because like usually things are more crazy
the landscape and
nowadays.
market, what our
And
needs
when
are,
he grabbed
and then
me,
what's
I just
available,
my
what's the
main thing was
inventory,
like,
and
to
then
get him off me
kind of
the
work
best
backwards
way.
from there
I
about,
knew like
whether it
just
makes sense
let
to
me go.
prioritize and invest more money.
St. Pete police arrested the
into
man
the
in that
upcoming
video and
season
charged
versus,
him with battery.
potentially
Today, the
looking at other
victim, Yasmin
opportunities down the
James,
road. So,
hired the same attorney that's
that's not to set
representing the family of
expectations
Marquise
any one way. I just think
McLaughlin.
that we're
He's the
afforded
man
the
who
opportunity that
shot
while
and killed
our
in
revenues
Clearwater
are
Park.
limited,
You can hear
we are
Yasmin's
afforded
complete
the opportunity
interview
to have some
tonight at
flexibility
11
and not
o'clock
force it,
on 10 News Night Side.
you know, when the opportunity to add talent's not there.
Couple small things. Kevin, first, you lost a couple.
When you have sensitive skin,
last offseason,
your clothes can turn on you.
Some guys getting interviews or
Switch to
anything
Arm & Hammer
that
Sensitive Skin Free and Clear Detergent. No dyes, no perfumes, just clean. Because every wash counts. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
While helping players get
Tampa
better.
police officers tell us that he
as far
and
as
a
what,
woman robbed another woman at a Publix, then drove off, and they dragged that woman along with them. So here's the full video. This is from the Publix on Southdale Mabry in South Tampa last Thursday evening. Now you can see the woman right there in the orange walking outside. Officers say the man comes up, snatches her purse from her cart, then he gets into a getaway car with a woman driving. The woman ran after him. Yes, she grabbed onto the purse, but she was dragged by the moving car. You can see it all happening right here. Other shoppers around as well. We do have descriptions of the man and the woman that was in that car. Those are posted on WTSP.com.
And that remains the case. I mean, we know, this kid is as intense and strong a competitor as anyone I think we've been around, and just for him not to have tasted competitive baseball for a couple of years is tough.
You're a little sensitive one. He loved his teddy bear and dressing up like Dad. He's always felt more, inside and out. So you use Arm & Hammer Sensitive Free and Clear Detergent because every wash counts. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
Good. One man's trip to a Gainesville Waffle House turned deadly, and detectives tell us he was just trying to surprise people.
But it was who he chose not to surprise that got him killed.
Nobody's listening. It's getting out of control.
Literally, dude just got shot in the head. I'm so sorry.
Alachua County deputies say 41-year-old Craig Brewer was paying for meals and handing out $20 bills early Sunday morning. He was picking people, and he didn't choose a woman who was friends with a man named Ezekiel Hicks, who deputies say would go on to kill him. Deputies say the murder was caught on camera from the beginning when the two men got into a fight and Hicks walked out and grabbed his gun until the very end when he shot Brewer.
What happened that night is no mystery. There is actual video evidence of the homicide occurring. We will now spend the days, weeks, and months ahead to figure out why it happened.
Craig Brewer was shot multiple times and pronounced dead at the restaurant. Hicks was arrested nearby.
Just kind of struck. Do you guys just chalk that up as a bad season? How do you guys kind of view situations like that with also younger players?
Yeah, we say it a lot, and I think you see it a lot.
When you have sensitive skin, your clothes can turn on you. Switch to Arm & Hammer Sensitive Skin Free and Clear Detergent. No dyes, no perfumes, just clean. Because every wash counts. Arm & Hammer, more power to you.
So not everybody.
Tonight, a trip to the beach turned deadly for a woman in Ellington after her family says she contracted a flesh-eating bacteria earlier this month. Wade Fleming and his family were visiting his mom, Lynn, in Ellington. They took a trip to Coquina Beach on Anna Maria Island. Fleming says his mom tripped and scraped her leg while she was walking on the beach. A lifeguard bandaged it, and they didn't think anything of it. The next day, his mother got a tetanus shot, and days later, she was found unconscious in her home and then admitted to the hospital. Her family says she had contracted a flesh-eating bacteria. She had complications during surgery and later passed away.
I reach for the phone all the time. Same thing with my brother who's back home. He said he misses his weekly calls.
Hey, thanks
just
to all you
sitting
guys
down and talking to her. We
throughout
want to
the
make
season.
sure
You
that we
guys,
get the word out.
Appreciate talking to you guys and the conversations. You guys do a good job. Thanks for the relationships, and we'll pick it up February, Mark?